Hey there guys, Frankomatic here with Cess.
Heyo.
And we're going to play a game that's on the SegaCD, is actually kind of good, and is not a port of anything that I'm aware of. Also, I lowered the game volume a bit, as was suggested on the test video. Let me know if I overdid it, and I can fix it for the next one.
You killed it. You killed the world.
I killed the world, and we might do it for real. This is the third World War. A world war that hasn't happened yet. I'm not very good at this game, as I totally didn't just learn through a video that was completely unwatchable. So we're going to play on the basic scenario, and we're going to play with the beginner nation of the United States.
The Third World War. In the beginning of the 1990s, the Cold War finally came to an end. Now the challenge to the world's leaders is to create a new world order, to establish a new global security system while avoiding the threat of nuclear war. And this is to be established by any means necessary.
As America, we're going to bring democracy to the world by forcing them to accept it, probably.
Okay.
Typhoon in North Korea. Political reforms in South Korea are expected to lead to greater blah blah blah. Reforms to the economy in the UK. Core transportation system in North Korea has been destroyed by a major accident. And a population explosion. Canada has developed an aircraft carrier. Good for them. And we have an unconfirmed report that a terrorist operation is taking place against us. So the United States has a very strong army to start out with. A lot of troops, a lot of population, a huge GMP, probably the best in the game. And they start with a lot of stuff researched that some of the Western companies or countries back in the 90s don't have yet. In fact, we can't research anything right now.
So we're in a good place.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to just make us a little bit stronger. And I want this unit to be self-propelled gun just for convenience. Okay. And just to be, you know, topical, let's go visit Mexico.
Visit, huh?
It'll be friendly, it's fine. We got some people to return to them. We're not invading, it's fine. It just said we're invading, but we're not actually invading. I know this looks bad, but there's a secret to this game. The AI is really terrible.
This is the air support unit. Give us your target. Understood. Initiating an attack in 20 seconds.
This is the surface support fleet. Give us your target.
Oh man, we got that guy. There's another guy that pops up for the surface support fleet sometimes.
Understood. Initiating support fire in 30 seconds.
And he has, like, the world's least placeable accent for me. I've been trying to figure out what it is, and I was hoping it would show up.
Are you gonna run over those houses?
Ideally, the game will take the correct pathing and go where I want it to. Good, there we go. What I said about the AI being bad runs both ways, unfortunately. I like this jaunty little going to war theme, though.
I thought you said you were visiting.
War visiting, it's basically the same thing. Alright, stop. I can already see what you're doing. Do not do it. Our little self-propelled gun was going to get itself wedged in between all these houses and stuck.
So it can't actually go through the houses.
No. You can shoot the houses, but I would not recommend doing so. When you take over an area militarily, you get economic control also, if no one else had economic control of it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you did a lot of damage, you'll get essentially nothing, because that money is going into...
Repairs?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, the real secret to this game is that the AI does not know how to advance its troops in a good method way.
In a good method way, huh?
Form. So a lot of their stuff will end up showing up really piecemeal. Sometimes like this, where they don't have any ships or planes to drop bombs on us, if you just kind of group all your guys up and wait for them to come to you. They will die miserably.
So you're gonna just wait in the city center?
Yep. That helicopter will get to us before anything else of theirs does. Except possibly the tank driving down the railroad.
I would think that driving a tank down a railroad would, like, destroy the railway.
Other fun fact about this game, the AI gives no craps about blowing up cities to get at you. RIP helicopter. Fairly impressive that the tank just shot that helicopter right out of the sky, though. Even though I brought way less units, the Mexican Defense Force doesn't really stand much of a chance.
Good thing you can shoot through the buildings without hurting the buildings.
Yeah, I don't know how the game really handles the idea of projectiles. I don't think it does. I think it's just, can you hit this square, yes or no? Tank, no. Okay, this thing is more dangerous than the tank. Please shoot it. That thing was a rocket launcher, and it makes a huge mess.
This really is quite the tune, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. There's another version for when you're actually in trouble, also, which is pretty good. And knowing this game, yep, there is a self-propelled gun still trying to get over here. Please stop shooting the street. With just this thing left, I have no real problems, just telling everybody to go for it. Gotta watch them, though, because sometimes the game seems to decide, oh, you wanted to shoot at the square that unit was on when you ordered the attack, not actually the unit. And your guys will also get shot up endlessly while they attempt to drive past their target.
Oh. So you gotta just keep an eye on it.
Yeah, you can't just,
Set and forget.
yeah.
Commander, victory is ours.
And see, now they're not illegal immigrants anymore, because now we own Mexico. Brazil is establishing a new holiday, as is Finland. Alright.
Well. Can't be nearly as lame as Family Day, right?
Ouch. Dissing on Canada, man.
Yep.
Alright, did we actually get economic control of Mexico? Let's see. Yeah. And since we didn't damage them too much, that should get us more money coming in over time. Cuba is an island, so it's a bit of a process actually trying to get over there. So I'm not going to do that until we have a bit more money to play with. Because as you can see, going to war is kind of expensive. That is billions. Speaking of money, I know we do not have a trade agreement with South Africa. And they have accepted. I think Honduras might have a problem.
Is that just like 3 rusty tanks?
This is the air support unit. Give us your target. Understood. Initiating an attack in 20 seconds.
The artillery gun, as you might expect, has a way longer range than the tanks do.
Okay, makes sense.
So they can sit back a little ways and generally not get shot. You guys gonna figure out how to get over here, or are you gonna just kind of spin around up here?
Did that do anything?
We killed a tree, but
Rip tree.
they missed otherwise.
Does that cost you money to do?
I don't know. Tank, what are you doing, buddy? Tank, please.
I like that you can kind of hear him going chugga 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 chugga.
Alright, let's try baby steps here. Now go up this road.
Don't worry, you have all the time in the world. The other team isn't even, like, in sight.
They're trying, though. As the world police, the United States of America, I find that this, small town full of hovels is a great battleground.
It's rude. Why you dissing on the hovels?
They'll catch the shells and keep them from exploding.
That is not an explanation.
So the damage will be minimal.
That is not at all an explanation.
Not for what you asked. I'm trying to figure out where we are by looking at this. There's like a city center over here.
You're in a suburb, sort of.
I'm also not certain what the scale is supposed to be, because I get like the units are wildly out of scale so you can see them. But I don't know how far one of these little areas is supposed to be.
Come to think of it, now that you've mentioned scale, look at how tall those trees are compared to the hovels. There's even a house on stilts, and the tree is still taller.
Now it's gonna bug you, isn't it?
Why did you have to say anything?
To push your buttons.
Don't do that.
Yes, I'm fairly certain my knuckle cracking just got picked up by the microphone. I apologize. Tank, buddy. Oh, I know why they're doing this. Shoot first, then move. I forgot that it defaults to move first, then shoot. Which sometimes makes your guys do dumb things. Oh good, we're gonna have to climb this mountain to deal with this one tank that got stuck.
Maybe he'll fix himself. No, I guess not.
You know what?
So you weren't joking when you said the AI really sucks.
Yeah. The only time you're really in any sort of actual threat is going up against another actual possible player faction. And even then, that's only if they haven't done something stupid with their army.
Which I guess from the way that you've said that is not that often.
Generally, the only guy that's going to give you a lot of trouble is the United States is Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And that's solely because they start with a ridiculously massive army. You can win this game via economic control or military control of enough areas. Russia's kind of set up for just stomp everybody around you and take their stuff by force. America is supposed to be set up to really be able to do either, but the economic thing in this game is really weird, and I don't fully understand how it would actually be doable, considering someone taking over an area via military force ruins all the economic control anyway. How did you miss?
That giant tree was in the way.
Even under fire, this guy will not be deterred in his circling.
He's on important tank business, man.
Man, he is taking a beating.
Maybe the tank has to use the toilet.
Now it's dead.
Oh. Well, guess it doesn't have to anymore.
Commander, victory is ours.
Yeah, I know this game is kinda on the slow side. So I'm gonna also probably do something I don't usually do and do a second thing. And kinda alternate uploads for a little while. Tornado in Spain. Now we're a little too poor to really keep up the crushing train here. Because it's costing me 20 billion per go. We have almost completed the land bridge to South America, though. We could buy that out, but again, money's a little tight, so... Stock prices in France are up. Company has gone into bankruptcy in Colombia, and that's all that happened. Actually, just for the sake of showing off how you would do it. To economically control an area. Wait a minute. Britain took it. Or is that Australia? Anyways. You dump money into this to eventually empty that meter entirely. And then you get it. If you get all four of them, you are said to control the area economically without having sent troops in. Every area you economically control gives you 800 million more budget.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good way to make money, but you gotta spend money to make money.
Well, there's a saying you don't actually get to use in practice a lot.
Yeah. Let's see if Libya will trade with us. Yeah, I didn't think so. Let's keep asking. Oh, they did it this time. Just caught them on a bad day the first time, I guess. Iraq, trade with me. Well, it is the 90s. I didn't actually think that would,
Work out.
yeah. Germany has developed an aircraft carrier. Fire in Libya. The United Nations asked Japan to participate in their peacekeeping operations.
Okay.
I guess the JDF gets to actually do something. Although they can just build up an army in this. Alright, let's take over this area, and then I think We can call that good for an intro video to this. Brazil has nuclear weapons. Once we take Panama and eventually Cuba, that area will turn blue on the map to like our nation to show that we own it forever.
Forever?
Not forever. Until somebody else tries to take it from us, though.
This is the air support unit. Give us your target. Understood. Initiating an attack in 20 seconds.
Also, fun. The map for Panama is actually super narrow.
What a nice touch.
Alright, you get out of the way. Gotta get these trees out of the way.
Do you have to pay to restore the trees?
No idea.
Oh.
But your tanks cannot drive through them. Also, these buildings are gonna get wrecked. Oh, they actually didn't blow up any of them. That's novel. Okay, please stop shooting where my tank is driving. Other sort of nice touch, it actually takes longer for tanks and things to go uphill than it does down.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Is that one gonna try to go through the house?
No, I told it to go over here. I want to eventually set that artillery piece on top of the hill. I don't know if elevation is actually even really counted in this, but
Ingrained habit?
yeah. I see no reason to not do it. Oh, hey, they're actually bringing their forces over in a proper stack. That's a little worrisome.
You're doomed.
Another thing you can do is you can click on their tanks to see what they are. Like that is one of our M1A ones, for instance. Most of all in neutral ground territories, like Central America, don't actually have their own equipment because they're not a player nation.
Okay, makes sense.
But you can also see fun stuff like old Lend-Lease partners still having a bunch of American or Russian equipment. Now, the other problem these guys have is that I have much larger units than their many small ones. So I do way more damage.
Kinda sucks that you have to micromanage it so much.
They will, in theory, shoot at targets near them, but it's a little slow on the uptake. And I think once the first time you order something to do something, they stop being autonomous.
Hmm.
This guy here might be a problem. fact, let's separate our tanks out a bit here, because I think that guy fires a missile spread. I was not expecting you to one-shot that tank. Oof, yeah, that hurt.
Commander, victory is ours.
And only one house got blown up in the process.
And some trees.
And some trees. Unemployment rate has increased in Japan. The economy is apparently in a recession. Population explosion still. Niger is under the economic control of Saudi Arabia. Yeah, we've expanded our reach from 5 world areas to 8. I think you need like 50 of them to win through military. And we can easily take over the Americas without a lot of trouble. It's getting to the rest of the world that makes it a bit more complicated. But for now, I think...
Time to call it a day.
Yep. We took over most of Central America.
Just like the real 90s.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, as I said, I'll probably be alternating uploads of this and something a little more active for people who aren't into military strategy. So, see you guys next time with probably something a little different. Later.